culture and pop culture collide. This episode of You Don't Know Jack is sponsored by Underwear Invisible Undergarments for today's modern man. Feel safe, feel secure, feel invisible. And now, here's your host, Schmitty.
Okie doke, welcome to the game. So you couldn't get any of your little friends to play with you? Or is it just that I can't see them? Okay, whatever you do, don't close your eyes on the ride. You do not want to miss this. Hit that buzzer. This category is... I can't see him, but he's still my little friend. Here's the question. You have an imaginary friend named No See Him. How much you play together? You wear a magic ring, he tries to kill you. You go hiking, he bites you. You plant a garden, he grows uninvited. Or you build a teepee, he signs a bad faith treaty. You plant a garden, he grows uninvited. And then you tell him to stay the hell out of your garden. What's the problem? Hey, if you got a minute, take a look at this. No-see-ums are these little tiny biting flies. You know, it's a rare friendship when you can say bite me and still stay close. Buzz in. Here's a little something I call... If you were a window, I could see through you. I think it's about time you did something about that negative score, huh? Say you're watching TV and the cones in your retina stop working. Considering how this would impair your vision, what might you say if you call up your local cable operator for help? I can't see, must see TV. HBO is upside down. I want my MTV in 3D. Or take me to color TV land. Since the cones in your retina allow you to see colors, losing them would leave you in a black and white world. But unfortunately, the cable guy won't be able to help you. He can't do anything about your astigmatism either, so don't ask. Buzz in for the buck. Okay, you realize you're not getting another chance, right? All right, here's your category. Did you see The Invisible Man? Let's say that in a desperate attempt not to be boring, an economist tries to get all artsy and writes a hip new horror movie. Say The Economist writes a movie about the Invisible Man. Because the title includes an actual economic theory, what might the film be called? The Invisible Head of Anarchy? The Invisible Eyes of Communism? The Invisible Hand of Capitalism? Or The Invisible Brain of Reaganomics? Economist Adam Smith proposed that individuals in a capitalist society act in self-interest but to the benefit of the society as a whole, as though guided by an invisible hand. An invisible hand that'll be on every fast food container in this country if Spielberg does the film. Hit that buzzer and...
Bingo.
There was a man who wore a cloak and spying was his game. Oh, C-L-O-A-K, C-L-O-A-K had nothing underneath except his little dagger.
Welcome to Cloak. Remember, to win the cash, buzz in when the first letter of the answer lights up. If you get all 5 letters, you win the bonus. Okay, ready, set, rock me. Malkovich and close and dangerous blank. Liaisons. What you're playing this game on. That's a gimme. What people place in restaurants. Orders. Under lock and blank. That's the key. One more letter for the bonus. Under blank and key. It's a lock. Lee Harvey Oswald was an assassin. Way to go. Cloak. That's yours. Here's your current score. You feel good about that? Let's keep going. I want you to hit... This one's called... He's got a thing that's called Radar Love. Okay, do you remember Radar O'Reilly, the guy with the teddy bear from the TV show MASH and the movie? Well, say Radar O'Reilly actually has radar. Which of these things would be the most difficult for him to detect? A hang glider, a stealth bomber, a Scud missile, or a flock of geese? Any more questions? For the curious, here's the right answer. The shape and material of the stealth bomber makes it really difficult to detect by radar, just like the shape and material of Radar O'Reilly made it very difficult for him to attract the ladies. Hit the buzzer for the category is... War is easy. Comedy is hell. Hey, do you remember the unknown comic? You know, that guy in the Gong Show whose face we never saw because it was covered by a paper bag? Imagine that after he dies, he's buried in the tomb of the unknown soldier. If the unknown comic were interred there, how many unknown bodies would then be buried at Arlington National Cemetery? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Yeah, that's right. There'd be just the comic, the ratty remains of a teddy bear, and some guy from the Korean War. Oh no. It's Radar. You want to see what the smart money says? Currently, there are 3 soldiers buried there, one from World War I, World War II, and Korea. The soldier from Vietnam was identified, and hopefully no one's planning on replacing him. So, adding the unknown comic would make 4. You know, it's too bad they didn't have plastic grocery bags when the unknown comic was popular. Sticking one of those over his head would have been the most entertaining thing he ever did. All right, buzz in and get your money's worth. I'm calling this one, A Real Man Stares at the Sun. Okay, so you know how Manfred Mann's Earth Band sings a well-known cover of Bruce Springsteen's Blinded by the Light, right? Well, what the hell is Manfred Mann's Earth Band trying to sing? Revved up like a deuce, wrapped up like a douche, ripped up like Medusa, or cut up like a goose? What Mr. Mann and the boys are trying to say is, revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. And if you think that's bad, you ought to hear their cover of Smells Like Teen Spirit. Work that buzzer to choose the... Hey, kind of looks like you know what you're doing. Here's your category. Nude is artistic. Naked is just frightening. Well, since we covered some 70s music with Manfred Mann, seems only appropriate that we move up a decade. Apparently, the 80s band Naked Eyes is no longer visible to the naked eye. I mean, I haven't seen them in years, and I was a big fan. Considering the title of Naked Eyes' big hit, which of these would make the best epitaph? Goodbye, cruel world. Another band bites the dust. Don't shed a tear for us, or always something there to remind you. Naked Eye's big fat 80s hit was always something there to remind me. Yeah, you know, there always will be something there to remind me. It's called Muzak. Slap your buzzer and we'll find out how much the next question's gonna be. You chose wisely. And now, right before your very eyes, Dis or Dat. I like to call this Dis or Dat. Size doesn't matter as long as you can see it, right? All right, now I'm gonna read off 7 things, and for each one I want you to tell me if it shrinks or turns invisible. Cash in for each one you get right, and you lose cash if you get one incorrect or don't get to it. Now you only have 30 seconds to answer all 7 points. Here we go. Perseus, does he shrink or turn invisible? Ant-Man. Alice in Wonderland. Bilbo Baggins. The Cheshire Cat. The Rainbow Girl. A penis in cold water. Yeah, 6 out of 7. Way to go. I would have got all of them, but way to go. Check out your score there. Make sure everything's in order. And we're moving on. Hit that buzzer and grab the highest value. All right, looking good, looking healthy. Here's your category. The Battle of the Bulges. Hey, do you know those little thongs that guys wear? You know, some people call them banana smugglers because, you know, they do. They look like, come on, you know what I mean. Say the title character from the Scarlet Pimpernel wore a thong. Based on the nationality of the people he smuggled to safety, what might jeering kids call his thong? Dutch apple pie smuggler, French fry smuggler, Greek salad smuggler, or Swedish meatball smuggler?
UGLY, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly.
I could have given you some cash if you picked this one. The Scarlet Pimpernel is the story of a disguised British noble who rescues French aristocrats during the Revolution. French fries smuggler. Like me to supersize that for you? Buzz in for the bucks, baby. Up next, Dead Time Stories. Okay, listen up. It's story time. Once upon a time, there was this guy, right? And he had this, ingrown toenail, right? I mean, it was killing him, but he refused to go to a doctor because he thought he could take care of it himself, right? So he went at it with this butter knife and a fork. He tried prying back his skin so he could dig out the infected nail, but the pain was just too severe, right? So he decided to get so drunk he wouldn't feel the pain, only that screwed up his motor skills, so he was digging in the wrong place. Finally, the throbbing got so bad, he just hacked off the toe with a steak knife and bled to death in his bathroom. What was this guy's problem? He couldn't see the forest for the trees. He locked the stable after his horse was gone. He saw the world through rose-colored glasses, or it was like the blind leading the blind. When you focus on the little things so much that you lose track of the big picture, that's when you can't see the forest for the trees. But I think the real lesson here is, don't pick at your toes with a fork. Hit that buzzer and try to snag the highest value you can. Your category's gonna be... You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and ask this. Have you ever heard that masturbating can make you go blind? Me neither, but it brings up a good question. And, here it is. So just go ahead and buzz in when you got it. That's right. According to the medical profession, chronic masturbation will not make you go blind. However, pressing your nose against the TV trying to tune in the after-hours pay-per-view channels at 3 in the morning may cause eye strain. Buzz in and tell me how much... See if you see what I see in this clue. I don't know what you see in her. Just remember, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, I'd like to hold her. Was that out loud? You missed just one! Can you imagine how exciting that would have been if somebody else were playing?